What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey man, I want to talk to y'all about y'all boy Omarion. Alright, so apparently he has a new documentary project that's coming out, or docu-series, however you want to call it, that's on the way. It's called Omega, the Gift and the Curse. Alright, so on the heels of him coming off of his verses and having these run-ins with his past group mates from B2K, Omarion's digging into the vaults and letting the world see what it's been like working with these gentlemen over the course of the past few years. And this is interesting to me because y'all know J Boog was just out here trying to give receipts for all of these different things, for the reasons as to why the group broke up, but there was not really any hard footage, photos, text messages, or anything like that you could really confirm what he was saying. You kind of had to take his word for it. But Omarion is like, yo, we got film footage to let y'all know what it's like working with these dudes. So let's get into the actual synopsis of this project and what you can expect from it. All right, so in this docu-series, it's going to be released in 5 parts. All right, and it's going to contain video footage from 2019 with the original Millennium Tour. It's going to have behind the scenes footage that you can see their interactions, what it was like touring with these guys or trying to put the tour together, traveling together, all of those sorts of things. Right, the trailer reveals that there's going to actually be videos of their actual performances, backstage moments, and it's also going to dive into why Raz B didn't actually finish the original Millennium Tour, what's going on with that, and it's going to reveal how Omarion actually felt when he received the news about April dating one of his group members. All right, so as we know, he had that whole Unbothered DJ Vlad interview where he was kind of super composed, and you know, that was kind of like the turning point where everybody started liking Omarion, you know what I'm saying, because his energy and because of his unbotheredness and I guess just his presentation. But maybe he wasn't so composed when he first found out about it, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see in this documentary. So I'm going to go ahead and read y'all the official description of this project, and then we'll get into some other things. All right, so it says, Omega, the Gift and the Curse is a 5-part docu-series from Omarion that goes beyond the veil of what it's like to live under the celebrity microscope and gives fans an exclusive look on what it's like to succeed, transition, rebuild, and evolve into your own man. The docu takes fans behind the scenes with exclusive, never-before-seen interviews, rehearsals, tour footage, and performances across the US from one of the biggest reunion tours in history. As a chronological driver, we will experience an in-depth look at Omarion's evolution in the industry from child prodigy to teen heartthrob to now being the master of his own destiny and continuing his legacy as a multi-hyphenate. As the quintessential black boy band of our time, B2K announced after 15 years they would reunite for a limited engagement tour beginning March 2019. The Millennium Tour set off a firestorm of excitement and sold out shows across the country. This monumental tour broke records and garnered 2 Billboard Music Award nominations for Top R&B Tour. I didn't even know about all this. However, behind the bright lights and excited fans was a show hanging on by a string, with the group in constant state of chaos. The docu-series will provide an exclusive inside look at what really happened behind the scenes during the highly anticipated Millennium Tour, shared from Omarion's unique perspective. Uh-oh, it's gonna get tricky there. It's gonna get a little tricky. From his perspective, we will witness the brotherhood and betrayal. Many questions will be answered, from his turbulent relationship with the mother of his children to his thoughts about her relationship with his bandmate. We will also witness the covert sabotage orchestrated for one bandmate towards another, as well as the toxic family influences that further contributed to the downfall of B2K. Omarion gives unprecedented access into his private life and solo career. Take a ride with Omarion through this tumultuous story and witness history, as it is very likely that this tour was the last time B2K would ever be on stage together again. Man, this is crazy, man. I never knew that there was so much pandemonium going on around these guys, or that there were so many quote-unquote sold-out shows and award nominations and stuff like that, man. I think my memories of B2K were not all that grand, you know what I mean? Not to say that I don't appreciate what they did, because I think their contribution to music is just as valuable as a Bow Wow or anybody else, you know what I'm saying? Especially for the time period that they came out. They were a very big group. But I would say that There's some artists from the past, from the early 2000s, where their music aged gracefully and you could go back and listen to it and you still feel good when you hear it. When I think of B2K and their old music, it's not something that I even want to hear. You know what I mean? I don't even think I wanted to hear that much of it at the time when it was out. Now, I do know that they were geared toward young women, teenagers, preteens, and things and stuff like that. But, I mean, there was still songs being put out by similar groups. I mean, I used to like Immature. I used to like IMX, like Marcus Houston. You know what I mean? And they from the same family tree. So, it's just interesting to see that I didn't really care for their music like that, but here we are 20 some years later, and this is still an ongoing thing. This is still a big deal. They're still bickering, they're still fighting. You know what I'm saying? They still have a rocky relationship. You know what I mean? I kind of talked about this in my last video where I talked about these guys, but at some point you got to be able to say, you know what, we're not aligned. You know what I'm saying? We were cool, we had our time together, not going in the same direction. It's all love and respect, but at this point I'm gonna have to say goodbye. You know what I mean? Or farewell till next time. You know what I mean? Till we can meet again at a later time in life and maybe revisit our brotherhood or our relationship as friends with a new perspective. All this bickering, all this he said, she said, all this pointing the fingers, man, it's not becoming, man. You guys are, I know I'm in my 30s, so y'all got to be in your 30s. You know what I mean? Like, let's move on, man. And if y'all really want to have a competition about who's talented, who's not talented, who could put out the best music, who could put out the most successful project, how about everybody in that group put out their own solo project? You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, why not everybody support each other in that endeavor? Don't make it a competition. Just be like, hey, man, support my bro. You know what I mean? And just see how it does. You know what I mean? Equal playing field for the most part. Y'all ain't, none of y'all got huge label support. So put out a project, go through the ringer, go through the you know what I mean? The Breakfast Club would definitely welcome them with the onset of expecting some mess. But, yo, see who really that dude then, if y'all can't decide on it amongst yourselves. You feel me? But hey, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Now, we already know Omarion is the star of the group. He is the one that went on to become a solo artist. He is the one that went on to put out solo hits. He is still the one that's working and putting out records to this day, still touring solo without the rest of the guys. So we already know what it is. But just in the interest of fairness, yo, if y'all really feel disgruntled and want to try to downplay this man's accomplishments and what he's done after dealing with y'all, then let's see what you got. Plain and simple, very easy. All right, but let me know what y'all think down below in the comments, man. Share this video, make sure you like it, and if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so we can have more of these types of conversations. All right, much love and respect. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.